You have been lied to, not maliciously, just confidently. And the lie is this, that the work you do in the gym is where your results come from. It isn't. And I can prove it with peer-reviewed science published in some of the most respected journals in the world. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you changes everything about how you approach your training. My name is Rob Lagana. I have been coaching and training for 33 years. I competed in bodybuilding 19 times across 22 years, multiple first place wins, nationals, provincials. I was born legally blind. I have clinically low testosterone. And right now at 52 years old, I am in the best functional condition of my adult life. Not because I trained harder, because I finally understood what training actually does. Here's something most coaches will never tell you. During your workout, while you are lifting, while you're sweating, while you're pushing, your body is not building muscle. It is suppressing muscle building. Let me say that again. During resistance exercise, muscle protein synthesis, the actual biological construction of new muscle tissue, is turned down, not up, down. That was confirmed in a 2006 study published in the Journal of Physiology. Researchers measured what happens to the muscle building machinery during exercise itself. The answer, it gets suppressed because your body cannot contract and construct simultaneously. So when you're lifting, contraction wins, building weights. So when does it happen? Well, in a landmark 1997 paper published in the American Journal of Physiology, researchers measured muscle protein synthesis at 3 specific time points after a single resistance training session. At 3 hours after the workout, up 112%. At 24 hours after the workout, still up 65%. At 48 hours after the workout, still up 34%, 48 hours later. You finished your workout 2 days ago. Your body is still building from it right now, right? The gym is not where you get stronger. The gym is where you send the signal. You get stronger that night and the night after while you sleep. Let me make this concrete. Think about the last time you spent a Saturday outdoors. You came inside, looked in the mirror, a little pink, maybe nothing dramatic. But the next morning, you're tan. While you slept, your skin got darker. Your tan didn't happen at the beach. It happened in bed. The sun sent the signal. Your body did the work later, in the dark, while you rested. Your muscles work the exact same way. Training sends the signal. Recovery writes the answer. Now, here's where it gets serious. If the building happens during recovery, and specifically during sleep, what happens when you don't sleep? In 2021, in Physiological Reports, research measured the effects of a single night of sleep deprivation on the body's muscle building capacity. One night, muscle protein synthesis fell 18%. Cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks muscle down, rose 21%. Testosterone fell 24%, and the entire anabolic to catabolic balance inverted. In one night. You trained hard all week. You slept poorly on Thursday, Friday morning, your body is in a net catabolic state. It is breaking down more than it is building. It gets worse. A study published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, one of the most respected medical journals in the world, took overweight adults, average age 41, and put them on a calorie deficit. Half slept adequately, half slept insufficiently, same diet, same deficit. The insufficient sleep group lost 55% less fat and lost 60% more fat-free mass, meaning muscle. On insufficient sleep, your diet burns muscle instead of fat. You're working harder, eating less, and losing the wrong thing because you are not recovering. Here is the mechanism. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation established that roughly 70% of the daily output of growth hormone in adults occurs during the first episode of deep sleep. Not during training, not during waking hours, during deep sleep. Growth hormone is your body's primary tissue repair and rebuilding signal. And the majority of your daily dose is released in a single pulse, tied directly to slow wave sleep architecture. Miss the sleep, you miss the pulse. You miss the adaptation. It is that direct. Now, add the aging variable. The New England Journal of Medicine has documented that testosterone levels decline gradually beginning in middle age, associated with decreases in muscle mass, strength, and recovery capacity. The Massachusetts Male Aging Study published in JAMA found that more than 25% of men between 40 and 70 have clinically low testosterone. Research in JAMA and the Journal of Applied Physiology identifies a phenomenon called anabolic resistance, the blunting of muscle protein synthetic response to exercise and nutrition that occurs with age. In plain language, the same training stimulus that built muscles in your 30s produces a significantly weaker biological response in your 40s and 50s. Your muscles become less sensitive to those signals that drive growth and repair. The body needs more recovery time, more nutritional precision, a lower overall stress load to respond to all that training, right? So here's what this means for everything you've been told about training after 40. The advice was train harder, eat less, push through. That advice assumes your body responds to effort. It doesn't. It responds to signals. And after 40, the quality of your recovery determines whether those signals ever get answered. Training creates the signal. Recovery creates the change. If you are training consistently and not recovering consistently, you are sending messages your body never has time to read. So what does recovery first actually look like? It starts with sleep, 7 to 9 hours, and quality sleep, consistent schedule, no negotiation. It means managing your overall stress load, not just your training stress, but your occupational stress, your psychological stress, your life stress. Because your nervous system does not distinguish between a hard workout and a brutal week at the office. It accumulates all of it. It means calibrating your training volume to what your body can actually recover from, not what sounds impressive. And it means understanding that the goal of training is not to exhaust yourself. The goal of training is to send a precise signal and then get out of the way while your body answers it. The gym is the message. Sleep is the construction. Rest is not weakness. Rest is the mechanism by which every adaptation your body's capable of actually gets built. Train smart, recover completely. This is the sequence. This is the science. If this landed for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it.